Natties. Crackin Natties. Crackin Natties. Let's crack some natties.
All right. Welcome back. It's only been 28 months since I've been in the studio, which used to be my daughter's bedroom and a kid's play table and an old laptop and a $15 set of headphones. But I'm going to spare you with the sob story on how we got shut down. My fault, of course, but now we're back, and 28 months, lots changed. We were heavy pandemic back then. I was actually lighter back then too. I thought I was at max weight then, but I've actually gotten heavier since then, so that's good. Just trying to keep up with everything, just trying to squeeze through doorways now. But I decided a couple weeks ago that I wanted to come back and do this. I missed it for one, and then Frank, who, by the way, we are coming to you from Skinny Calf Studios. It's Frank's basement where he keeps things locked up, people, and it's a state of the art. It's state of the art down here. I mean, I could live down here. It is so sweet, but thanks to him, and he is one of the biggest influences of Crackin Natties coming back, because him and his buddy, our buddy Brad, who I was on their podcast called One More and We'll All Go, freaking amazing. All they do is interview legends. Besides me, they interviewed me. I don't know why, but local legends. And if you get a chance, you have to check it out. One More and We'll All Go. So what an influence being here in the studio, sitting down, being interviewed by them. I'm like, shit, I miss this. I miss cussing on the air. I miss just doing and saying whatever I want, getting pissed, nonsense, just bananas. I miss it. And then the day of the Bills' first football game, Thursday, I get a call from my sister, Kayla, and she's like, I do this and that, and I like to listen to podcasts, and I've been searching all over for a Buffalo Bills podcast, and there's no good ones. You have to do it. I was like, well, yeah, that's a pretty good idea, but the audience where we're at here in the middle of the Middle West, I don't know how much need there is for a Bills podcast, but I made a promise to myself and to her that I will start at the beginning of every show talking about Bills football, and we're going to get to that. But, yeah, we're back. It's fun. I can't wait. If you are into very serious stuff that's, smart information and a lot of facts about stuff, you are listening to the wrong fucking show, all right? This is goofing off. Don't fact check anything. I'm talking out of my ass here. All I'm going to do is have fun, drink beers. Frank got me a trash can like I'm a gorilla, and I thought I was going to puke too, but yeah, right. So we're just going to have fun, all right? Let's leave it at that. We got no scripts. There's going to be no call-ins. I don't know. I feel like that's screwed things up, slowed things down a little bit. And we're not going to have bad internet. Can you believe it? There's not going to be any skipping or, unfortunately, no kids screaming in the background. But I might actually miss that a little bit. But, yeah, so here we go. That took, I don't know, longer than I thought it would. I was just going to get right into Bills football, which we can right now. Intros are over. Crackin Natties is back. So let's start real quick, and I'm not going to bore you to death with Bills details, because you're probably sitting there like, I don't give a fuck about the Bills. I don't care about the Bills. What else are you going to talk about? Well, I don't know, all right? I don't exactly know what all we're going to talk about. I got things written down here. I got things written down that I think you're going to want to talk about, and you're going to want to hear me have my opinion on. There's a political thing here that I might talk about. Yeah, knock your socks off stuff. All right, anyway, the Bills are 3-1. Why are they 3-1 and not 4-0? And why are they 4-0, not 4-0, or not 2-2? I'll tell you why. Because we started the season, hammered the defending champs, who I don't even know if they're champ worthy anymore, and the Niners took them to school last night in San Fran. So beat the brakes off them. We go in next week, Tennessee at home, Monday Night Football, absolute electricity. knock the brains out of them, defending number 1 seed in the AFC, blowout city, and then all of a sudden, you got to go to Miami, okay? That's 3-0 because Miami's not that good. Well, all of a sudden, Miami's pretty good. And I don't know if you knew it or not, in September in Miami, it's 600 degrees on the field. That was that hurricane heat that came. We didn't even know it was coming. That was Ian being like, listen, motherfuckers, I'm coming. All right? We didn't even know it. Guys dropping left and right. Just injuries galore. 19 guys at one point were either hurt or off on the sidelines. Second string guys, third string defensive backs, third string center playing. Pretty big part of your offensive center. It all starts with him. Everybody's out. Dolphins win by 2. You know, you could name 100 things that went wrong. So I told myself after that, and I tweeted that I'm not worried. I wasn't worried until the week after. And we got to go to Baltimore. Once again, who's knocking on our door? It's fucking Hurricane Ian. He's blowing this rain in. And I don't know if you know the Bills very well, even though we've got the best quarterback that's ever been born. For some reason, we don't play very good in poor weather, and it's raining. 70% chance of Ian all day, all right? So it's raining. We start the game off with an interception. Ravens go up 7-0, a fart into the game. This and that, and then 10-0, and 10-3, 17-3, and I had to go outside. And I'm a very poor sport. I'm sorry. If you've been a Bills fan as long as I have, you know that it's not all. It doesn't go from Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, and Bruce Smith to Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. There's like 30 years in there where you just know if you get down by more than 1 point, you are fucked, and you're not going to win the game. There's no such thing as comebacks. Look at all the quarterbacks throughout the years. It's a who's who of guys that are garbage men now, you know. And then to keep my composure during a game, especially when you're down by 17 points, sometimes I forget that we're not that team anymore. We're not the 04 Buffalo Bills with Alex Van Pelt at the helm. All right, we don't have Jeff Toole anymore. You know, there's some guys that God bless them. You know, the Ryan Fitzpatricks and the Doug Flutys, and you know, it's just we didn't win games. We didn't go to the playoffs. So that's why I get so upset. But they came back, they persevered, and they won last second. And I happened to be at my daughter's makeup soccer game when they won, but it's okay. All right, things go in this order. It goes Bills, it goes family, and then Bills, and then whatever's left after that. But it's all good. We won. So pretty much. Get rid of these injuries. We got to get full strength. I know it's football, but full strength and perfect weather. You're not beating us. We're going to win the Super Bowl. But that's not what football is. You never know when Hurricane Ivan or anybody's going to show up and screw with your game. So you got to learn how to play in any conditions. I mean, I didn't see any Miami Dolphins guys going down. I mean, there were mascots sucking for air. It's called Rehydrate Gate. You know. That game was the Lennox boy, Spencer Brown. He left the game in the beginning of the third quarter due to heat illness. That motherfucker, he's from Lennox. You know how hot it is in Lennox in the summer? That guy's been throwing hay his entire life, and he goes down with the heat. How hot was it down there? Stephon Diggs is cramping. Mascots are barfing their brains out. It was a shit show down in Miami. They need to do something. There's not enough cool zones, I don't think. But you know what? Like I said, it's football. You come to Buffalo in January, there might be a foot of snow on the ground. You don't hear the Dolphins complain. Oh, they'll complain about it. I can't wait. December 18th. Mark it on your calendars. Miami at Buffalo. It's payback time, all right? We might not lose again. You never know. But anyway, so got the Steelers this week. Listen, started out at 14.5-point favorites. It should be 30. That's just how I feel about it. That's blowout city. They got that rookie Penske or Pigsky, or it doesn't matter. That stud from Pitt, not a stud, 3 picks last week, 112 yards, nothing. That should be a blowout. Then it's Chiefs. I'm not going as far as right now. I could wake up that morning with a different view. No, that's at 325. Then the bye week. Then Packers at Buffalo, Sunday Night Football, October 30th. I mean, what else do you want? It's all laid out right there. Beat the best. The Jets don't look bad. They got the Jets after the Sunday night game. Vikings, and I got nothing to do with those guys. And then the Browns. Mark November 20th on your calendars because I will be in Buffalo for the first time in 6 years. That's embarrassing. But I'll be in Buffalo with the crew. Oh. And it's going to be pandemonium. I hope it snows the whole time. I hope it does. So anyway, that's that. That's Bill's talk. And I'm going to, after this next game against the Steelers, I'm going to start and I'm going to talk about them real quick. And then now we're going to get to the real stuff. All right. So let's just do it right now. Let's get to headlines.
Headlines.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you know that there's goats loose in Council Bluffs? This is top story kind of shit right now. There's goats. Well, they're not loose, so to speak, but they're electrical fenced in. But there are goats at Big Lake and other anonymous places eating grass as just to mow the shit. Think about that. Goats are sort of taking over the really ritzy part of Council Bluffs. And it makes me think, like, in 2022, and with all the advanced technology, these goats are completely sticking it to technology. They're like, goats are talking to me. They're like, hey, did you hear John Deere came out with the new XJ5 4 million? Yeah, it goes like 30 miles an hour and can cut up to like 5-acre lawns in 20 minutes. These motherfuckers hired us instead of that. And they do a phenomenal job. There's no reason why any mowing company shouldn't at least carry around a goat or two to trim around the edges when they're on the job. And they're workers. There's no punch in the time clock. I've seen them in all hours of the day. They're just eating, shitting, and getting stuff done. I mean, it's lunch 24 hours a day. Now, what you think at the end of the week? You think they're bitching about getting paid? Fuck no. They're getting paid in Iowa in good Iowa grass. This is phenomenal. Goats. I mean. Goats, for the most part, are pretty tame, right? Tell you what, cancel your lawn service. Get a goat. Get 2 goats and see where it takes you. You think I'm joking, you're absolutely crazy. Goats. And from what I saw, they're pretty quiet. They're too busy eating. And I'm like, hey, goats, what are you guys doing? And I'm like, all right, goats. I'm like, you don't see those guys bitching about not getting 40 hours a week. You don't hear those guys talking about workman's comp, I've never seen a goat, stay home because he's sick. I mean, you think I'm kidding around. All right, next time you see a goat, think about the possibilities instead of making fun of them. And I don't recommend getting 2 male goats because then they'll just fight the entire time. But you know what? The homeowners won't care. I mean, it's funny. It'll be good. Talk about goats. You know what? Screw it. Rest of the show, we're going to talk about the advanced technology of goats eating grass. I'm not kidding. They're down at Big Lake right now. There's about 23 of them. They're fenced into electrical 10,000 watt voltage. Don't get near it. By the way, take the kids, keep them back for Christ's sakes. But these goats are ruthless, and they get real close to the electric fence. They don't give a shit. They know where they're at. I say take the fences out and let those sons of bitches roam. Let them go. You talk about goats. That's the new thing. They're going to put the big boys out of business. Yeah. Cub cadet, goat cadet. Watch. $25,000 for a lawnmower. What's goat feed cost? $5 for a 50-gallon drum. Goat feed. You don't need. They're eating grass. A tub of water. What's water going for these days? Jesus. It's not like the price of diesel. Don't think I'm not very serious about the topic of billy goat or regular goats, horns. I'm not fucking Steve Irwin. I did say that the goats at Big Lake was the top story, but I got hurricane. It turns out from everything that I've read and saw on the news and stuff that it seems like there's now 49 states. If you want a serious show with serious facts, you're listening to the wrong show, okay? I'm just kidding around, all right? Hurricane Ian, a big deal. When the storm first came, did you see the shark on the interstate? Obviously, the interstate's like 2 feet of water. But there was a shark. I saw a manatee walking on the side like it was a lost dog. No shit. I saw this. So it's a big deal. I think the main parts are. I can't even pretend to know anything about it, but it's not raining anymore. All right, now it's just all cleanup, and it said Biden was going to Puerto Rico to check out the damage there. So it should be interesting when he gets up to the podium and says thank you to Fort Myers or who knows, L.A. But that's just a fun joke. That's not like a let's go Brandon. I don't give a shit about any of that. That's just a we got to figure out. Somebody's got to be telling the president what to say and when to say it, and for God's sake, somebody lead him to where he's going. I'll get back to Hurricane Ian, or maybe I won't because I don't have much written down about it. But yeah, every day, it doesn't matter who the president is. I'm a big Twitter guy. It doesn't matter. Every day, whoever the president is, there's going to be a video with making him look like a complete ass. And for some reason, I can think back to when George W. was the president. I mean, he screwed up all the time, saying dumb shit, and but what was that? It just happens, and then obviously, the Trump stuff, and you find goofy videos over there. But I happened to, and my sister sends me all the funny Biden videos when he doesn't know how to count or anything like that. But he was at the Hunger Nutrition Health Conference a week ago or so, and he's going around and he's thanking all the people that had a huge part in this, and wanted them to stand up and be recognized. And he says, little Fred's over there, and he's like, Jackie, where's Jackie? Oh, what's that? Jackie's not here. Jackie passed away in a car accident 2 months ago. Nobody filled Joe in on the passing of Jackie that had a big part in the Health and Hunger Conference. Somebody's got to be there. I've seen too many television shows about presidents where they've always got a guy. Why is this guy being led astray? He's 91 years old, and after he gets off the podium, he just walks and just into a blank cloud. Somebody help him out. Who's writing his speeches and stuff? I mean, I appreciate. I'm sure his kindergarten teacher did a great job, but time to let her go. All right, this is the president of the United States. Okay, goodness. Oh, Joe. 50 billion to nobody does. I can't do a Joe Biden impression, and it's just muttering stuff. Yeah, take a video of me when I'm sleeping. Sound bites. I mean, it's something like that. I don't know what's going on with the country. I don't do politics. All right, I'm not bigger than that. Everything's backwards if you ask me. But oh my gosh, I don't know what frontwards is. So let's get back to Bills football. Kidding, man. Whole show about Bills football, Wiz. Could you imagine it? Just digging down deep and crunching numbers. Oh, there's too much other fun stuff going on. Okay, fun stuff. Hurricane Ian, Biden, a woman who passed. No, that's not good. Just give him a break. Give him cue cards. Those big cue cards they have for live TV shows. Do that. I don't know. Maybe get him hooked on phonics. That worked. It worked for me. Goodness gracious. It didn't work for me, by the way. Nothing worked for me. Lunch worked for me. That's about it. So we got to get that cleaned up a little bit. I don't give a shit who president and everything. My job. I love my job, and it's not going anywhere. But let's get that cleaned up. We'll switch to sports. It's not Aaron Judge. You heard of him? You heard this one? You know this guy? This Aaron Judge? He's like 6'11" and 400 pounds. It says he's got 61 home runs, which he does. And by the looks of him, he should have 611 home runs. Now, listen, I understand that we're past the steroid era, but this guy can hit a fastball 5 miles, and he's had 61 home runs for like 60 at bats. Did he know that this season was coming to an end and he got off the juice? Oh, he's clean, they say. Nobody that big is clean. All right, he's clean cut. 61 homers. He's like, if I get 62, these sons of bitches are going to come after me, so I'm going to fucking bunt from here on out. Tied Roger Maris. Roger Maris played like 61 games the year he hit 61. He probably fought 2 wars. All right. Is this impressive? All right, that's what I want to know. Is this impressive? 61 homers. All right, I'll go out and I'll say, yes, it is impressive. All right, since the steroid era, which the greatest era, LeBron's hit 73 and 04. You got the summer of Slam, 98 with Sosa McGuire, just eating steroids like they were Flintstone vitamins. How much fun is that? Everybody's head just kept getting bigger and bigger as the season went on. But then you got Judge here. He's got 61 legit. They're all legit, but if you can hit a fastball, you're already on your way. 100 miles an hour, kiss my ass. I'm getting out of the way, John Crook style. All right? So he could be hitting a home run. Now, they played today. He's got to be 1 or 2 games left. I mean, yeah, they're in the playoffs and everything, which, hey, it's football season, by the way. Baseball's over. But I just feel like 61. You know what? It's impressive, and he's in bid for the Triple Crown, which we haven't had in a little while. So go baseball, go Aaron Judge, bring back steroids. Wait a minute, what? Or whatever. Just make it fun again. But hats off to you. I mean, go Yankees. No, I don't. Go Braves. Go Cardinals. I don't care. Just everybody have fun out there. So now, what else I had written down? That's a little baseball for you. Oh. When I was writing notes for the show, Tua Tagovailoa had just had his first concussion. Now, excuse me, that was against the Bills in that 200-degree weather, and he looked like he was 40 beers deep, walking home at 2 in the morning, and he collapsed. And I'm like, well, you got to get him out of the game. And they did get him out of the game. And the son of a bitch, he came back in the second half. I don't know what sort of rinky-dink Keystone Cops organization is going on with the Dolphins. That guy was fucking hurt. Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater came in, and he's not that good. He's a little better, or he's a little worse than Tua. But I was like, I don't want to see anybody get hurt like that. Which, by the way, when this guy is going down, it's like he's leading with his head. Milano hit him, and you should fall back on your shoulder pad. I don't. Listen to me like I'm some sort of sports science expert. But he just is all head and boom, and lights are out. So anyway, he comes back to lead the Dolphins to an impressive victory against the Bills' ninth string, have you? And, okay, so he's back. He's good, right? Well, fast forward to last Monday night, against the Bengals. This big son of a bitch for Cincinnati just takes him and throws him like an old sweater. And boom, he does the finger thing, which, as far as I know, is pretty close to the bad one, the bad ride. And I'm like, okay, so he's done, and he's done for the season. All right, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, this guy maybe shouldn't even be playing football anymore. So then it comes out, well, this doctor tweeted something before the game that he shouldn't even have been playing. And, I mean, maybe I agree, but now what I just read, so that guy got fired for the Dolphins. So now they're taking the concussion thing even more serious. I know they're going to start wearing the big foam helmets like they practice in or something. I just got gas in my stomach. Man, such good shape. So I saw on Twitter before I came here that they think he should retire. No shit. You look it up. Some head specialist says from what he's done and from what's happened, he should retire. The kid is like 23. I mean, this is devastating. This sucks. It sucks for the Dolphins. It mostly sucks for him. All right? This is a young kid doing what he loves, and he's a spectacular athlete. I mean, now they're saying he should retire? Holy moly. I mean, get him a headset, get him up in the booth. I don't know, but this is scary stuff. So now we got to take the concussion thing way serious, more serious than it has been. And I thought we were already taking it serious. I mean, you can't even sack Aaron Rodgers. Tom Brady, is a paper doll, and you can't sack him. These are rules. If you've been in the league longer than 10 years, we can't sack you. See, we make stuff up here, all right? Just having fun. Make stuff up here, but really the sons of bitches don't really get sacked. You seen what Brady looks like, by the way? That's not written down, but a little off the cuff here, but what's really going on with that guy? Teresa Brady? Just got a divorce. That should be a fun trial, shouldn't it? Jesus Christ. Not a lot of testosterone in that courtroom, is there? All right, Gazelle. I don't know. Here's $400 million. Have fun being the hottest chick on the planet and screwing Zach Wilson now, which he went after. If you don't know who Zach Wilson is, that's quarterback for the Jets. Bit of a playboy, bit of a coxman, that guy is. I mean, the Jets might suck, but that guy gets sucked. All right? A little bit of porno for you. Nobody's listening to that. Judge Homers, 2 concussions. Staying in the sports realm, I guess maybe when you look back at it, goats aren't the biggest story, but, I mean, when that stuff hits that home, when you got goats running the place, I mean, they're the new mayor of Council Bluffs, and I like it. Finally we're getting something done. Get those guys on the west side. Get that grass mowed out there a little bit. Tell you what, you ain't seen shit till you've seen these goats go to work. Don't give a shit. Something just got unplugged. Fuck. Damn. Hold on. I don't even think we need it. All right. I don't know. We're back. Oh, I think it's just a charger or something. My dad had to tell me this next story. We're staying in the sports realm. Did you hear about this one? Indonesia, soccer riot, kills over 120 people. A soccer riot? Football riot? I'm talking Indonesia here, by the way. So it turns out this team, I don't have their name, hasn't lost on their home turf for 23 years. Now, Indonesia's never in it during the World Cup, are they? And I'm not trying to shine any dim lights on the what happened. 120 people dead is a big damn deal. That's more than Hurricane Ian's done thus far. It's around 100. I mean, this isn't a dick measuring contest of tragedies by any means, but a soccer riot killing over 120, and you know how these guys died, right? You know, they're rushing the field, and cops trying to do their job. 2 cops died too, I guess. You got the tear gas, right? And then everybody's getting trampled. So 40 died in the stadium, okay? And then I don't know what happened to the 40 in the stadium. But then 80 plus outside, trampled, suffocated. Just the worst part of the Indonesian. I don't know what the Bible is, but it is awful. And so I was like, man, is this the worst soccer tragedy or sports tragedy? And it turns out it is. But then I was looking a little bit in 1996 and the World Cup qualifier. The qualifier, mind you. Guatemala versus Costa Rica. There's I just have Guatemala, Costa Rica kills over 80. The game killed tell you what, I'm up all night researching. It's like I know these stories better than they know themselves. Are you kidding me? Try to be in bed by 10 o'clock. And then I got 1 page of notes here. And then there was a list of all these soccer events that were just killing people. What are we going to do about that, by the way? Soccer is, without a doubt, the most popular sport in the world. Okay? The world, mind you. U.S. is 8th in the United States. I don't know. It's right ahead of the WNBA. So, you can't stop these. I mean, these aren't hooligans in Indonesia. I mean, what happened? What do you have to do to get 23 years? Yeah, you haven't lost. I mean, do they play there once every 6 years? I mean, it's a long streak, and if they're that good on their home court, I mean, let's put some guys together for this Indonesian team and take the cup this year. You know? I mean, I don't have any insights or what solutions to how to stop a soccer riot. These guys are boozed up, drugged. I don't know what's cooking in Indonesia. They're smoked up. It's sad, is what it is. And I get diehard fans. I'm a diehard Bills fan. I just go out back and cry. I mean, my last thing I want to do is hurt anybody besides myself. You know. But I don't know if it was the other team, if it was the Costa Ricans that were storming the field, and they're like, "Fuck you, man! You storm this field, I'm gonna storm you all the way to the big town." But I don't know. And it's a good run, 23 years. I don't think it nullifies 120 perished. Should we be talking about this? Fuck. Guatemala, Costa Rica. The game killed 80 people from heartbreak. I don't even know what the score was. I don't even know where it was at. It was a 96 qualifier. Let's clean it up, soccer. I got one for you. That's my last story. Where are we at here? 30 minutes? Nah, ain't bad. Did you hear about this one? Can I start every story with, did you hear about this? Did you hear about this one? All right, I know most of you listeners out there are big fishermen, right? So, I don't know how long this has been going on. This is a huge story if you're a Bassmaster, all right? Now, I don't consider myself much of an angler, but there's these guys, Chase Kaminsky and Jake Runyon, which, by the way, the most fishing names ever, were busted with 8 pounds of lead egg sinkers stuffed inside their fish during weigh-ins at the Lake Erie Walleye Tournament. Now, I'm not really up to the game on egg sinkers stuffed inside egg sinkers, but then I watched the video, and I would like and hope this works to play you a clip of how irate, I mean irate,
Where's the other one? Everybody listen to me right now. Jake, I want you to leave. I don't want anybody to touch these guys. I want you to leave. He's going to jail. Call it off. It's off. You're Jason, we gotta file a law on that. Every fucking one. Every single fucking thing. You fucking can't, dude. I mean, we all fucking knew it. What the fuck, man? Fuck that. Every time you fucking fillet fish. Look at this.
This is a fillet fish.
A fillet, yeah. A fillet fish. A walleye fillet. Can you hear me while this is going on? He needs to go to jail. You call the cops. You got anything to say? Hey.
All right. I don't know if you could hear me during that, but this is like the World Series of fishing. I don't know. I guess I haven't been in ESPN 30 in a while to see the weigh-in of the Lake Erie Walleye Tournament, but this takes cheating to a new level. All right? I don't even know how to bait a hook, but I mean, this is everything to these guys. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck if it's ping pong or badminton. This is these guys' lives. This isn't. My sister had a great point at lunch today. This isn't Pete Rose betting on baseball games. This isn't freaking what's his name betting on sports or maybe doing drugs. All right? This is like really, really cheating. It's kind of like steroids, but if you gave steroids to the fish to make them bigger, but instead you just inject them with a bunch of weights and win a bunch of tournaments. I think the grand prize of that tournament's like $30,000. That's like $80 million to a soccer player. You know, to Ronaldo. It'd be like if Ronaldo was stuffing his jockstrap with extra soccer balls or some bullshit like that, and he's like, do you know how much this is a very awful analogy, but you know, it's like if Aaron Judge gets up to bat tomorrow with a telephone pole. You know, he's like, what? You know, well, dude, motherfucker, you got a telephone pole. And you can't tell me, these guys have been fishing since they were kids, that you look at a walleye, all right, I've been looking at walleye for 40 years. That's a 7.6 pound walleye. And you put it on the scale and it says 9.4. Something's fishy. Come on. And something smells fishy. But this is actually really hardcore cheating. I heard that Mark McGuire, Barry Bonds, and Sammy Sosa are having lunch together, and even those guys are like, did you hear about this fucking fish tournament? I mean, you think we cheated? I mean, they got Rafael Palmeiro on the stand, and that motherfucker couldn't even hit 40 home runs. Like, these guys were loading their fish with lead weights and even serious fish fillets, and they're not letting us in the Hall of Fame? This is backwards, I tell you. That's what I'm saying. Don't, why don't you just point the finger somewhere else? Jake and Chase, how dare you, all right? I mean, and you can hear the fellow Bassmasters in an absolute disgust, hurling curse words and fish lingo that's sure to hook, line, and sink any angler's angle of ever competing again. What's this button do? That is for you, Chase and Jake. One more time. Boy, oh boy. Can you believe it? That, folks, right there is headlines. 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 Oh, do I do it? Headlines is brought to you by the newest club in Council Bluffs called the Gas Chamber. I know what you're thinking, like, seriously. But what's that? Oh, it is. Yeah, apparently it's a place you just go to pass gas, and can you eat no food? No. Well, oh, some nights there are. All right. Yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a place to go where you could just flatulent fully, and what I'm hearing is Tuesday night is ladies' night, which is what is that? Which is cabbage, full cabbage for the ladies. So yeah, sounds good. This is my last show. So head on down to the gas chamber and don't get left in the dust. All right. Thank you. Finally, I swear, we're about done. Oh, baby. Now it's time for the final segment of the show that, I came up with all on my own. I'm a big fan of power rankings, all right? I'm a huge fan of power rankings. I think power rankings mean everything. I do. Power rankings. Do you hear that? So what I did over a year ago was I was talking to my buddy Rook, my baby Mac, and we were talking about how people like the sayings that people say. And I can't tell you exactly what I'm talking about, like the lingo and what you say it every day. We say it every day, just like these little sayings that everybody in the world says. And somebody had the bright idea of like, well, why don't you write them down and then do a bracket of them? Because I didn't have any intentions of getting back into Crackin Natties, but I'm like, okay, it'll be fun to do a bracket, maybe put it on Twitter. So I started writing down these sayings, and it just kept going. It just kept going. This was in June of 2021 when I started doing it. Well, I got up to 110. So here's what we're going to do. And this could be the biggest flop besides the gas chamber. It could be way worse than that. But here's what we're going to do. I asked my good friend Alexa to give me a random number between 1 and 110. I said it 5 times, and every week when we do the show, we're going to randomly do 5 of these sayings, quotes, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when I tell you the 5 here. And at the end of it, I'm going to power rank the whole thing from 110 all the way down to 1. And I might need some help with it. And yeah, go ahead, do your best giving me some of your best quotes and stuff like that. But believe me, I got them right here. The first one on the list, Alexa gave me number 13. Now, that's just when I wrote it down. That doesn't mean it's 13th in the power rankings. But she gave me number 13. And that is, that hit the spot. You ever been at a restaurant or a hot day or anything like that, and you're with somebody who's, I don't know, significantly older than you, or maybe even younger, I don't know, but pretty much older, and they get done with something and that hit the spot. Did it? I mean, your stomach, right? Didn't have anywhere else to go, and later it's going to hit another spot. Are we saying that hit the spot too much? And I have a feeling 100 times, 110 times over again, after the quote, I'm going to say, really? Did it? Are you sure about that? I mean, what? That hit the spot. At least it didn't hit your ear, I guess. And it's just about consumption, whether it's hot and you need a glass of water. That hit the spot. Oh, your mouth. Thank God. I mean, okay. We're going to overdo things a little bit when it comes down to this, all right? It's fine to say that hit the spot. It's for fun, okay? I'll say it tomorrow. I'll say all these things tomorrow, all right? Everything hits the spot. I had pizza today. It didn't hit the spot. It's still sitting with me. It was the worst spot ever it could have hit, all right? I didn't enjoy it. I didn't say that hit the spot. I said I got to go to the bathroom afterwards. That's not on the list. No, I got to go to the bathroom is not on this list. A lot of things are hitting the spot. Ooh. You know, really? A double bacon cheeseburger with loaded cheesy chili fries hit the spot? Okay. You're about to hit 400 pounds. Maybe that shouldn't be the spot. Iceberg lettuce should hit the spot. All right? Nothing's hitting the spot over here. A cold beer, I might hit the spot. But still, I'm still full from the pizza. It didn't hit the spot. Ooh. That hit the spot. Yeah. Number 46. Story of my life. That's a big one. All right? Boy, oh boy, I tell you what, that's the story of my life. Really? The story of your life is they ran out of specials? Your entire life, your entire 61 years, they've been running out of specials? When I've seen you have them all week? Boy, oh boy, I tell you what, that is the story of my life right there. And it's always a bad thing. How awful was life? Story of my life. But you won the lottery? Nope, nobody ever says it after that. It's always when something really bad happens. My grandma died. What's the story of my life? No, it's not the story of your life. You have a much better story than that, than all these bad things. Boy, I tell you what, that is the story of my life. Okay, well, I got to go right now, and I hope your life gets a lot better than them forgetting to put cheese on your sandwich. The story of your life is them forgetting to put a condiment on your lunch. That story of my life, never get anything right. Nobody's ever gotten anything right in your life. It's not too much, okay? It is not too much to be talking and diving in too deep to these. I could just go on and on forever, and I know, you're going to be like, okay, that's about enough. Story of your life. You keep talking and going on and on and on. Yep. I don't think they have to sound like that. Story of my life. Stop. You don't have to say story. I mean, it's not that big a deal. Number 45. They're not ranked. This is just what Alexa said. Number 45. It's just like riding a bike. It's just like riding a bike. So, no, it's not. Riding a bike is just like riding a bike. I know people can. Hell, I've gotten on a bike before and immediately fallen off. It was not just like riding a bike. I've said it before, like, I'll go bowling. Yep, just like riding a bike. Yep, I've seen you on a bike and you're awful on it. You can't even switch gears properly. No, it should be like, well, just like eating at Pizza Ranch. Yeah, that's something you're actually good at that you're never going to fail at. Okay, I'm talking to myself in the third person, and I'm talking to me. So, I mean, yeah, I can ride a bike, but I'm not going to be able to put the chain back on. Well, just like fixing a chain on a bike that I can't ride. No, you're not going to say that. So everything's just like riding a bike. No, it's kind of bragging about how good you are at something. It's like I don't leave with the napkin still stuffed down my chest with barbecue sauce on it and be like, yep, just like riding a bike, another wing competition, another day, another $1. That's probably on there, by the way. You can't say anything. You can't say anything. They're going to be on there. All right? It's just like, this show, I haven't done this show for 2 years and 2 months, 4 months. I'm not gonna end the show and go upstairs and tell Frank that doing the show is just like riding a bike. It was just like riding a tidal wave that I have no idea what I'm doing with a small skateboard for a surfboard. Nothing's just like riding a bike besides the Tour de France guys. Yeah, you won the Tour de France for the 5th year. How does it feel? It was just like riding a bike. Exactly. Congrats. Sorry. Number 59. This is just short and to the point that I'll surely drag out. Have a safe flight. There is only one person or thing in the world you can tell to have a safe flight. That's the fucking plane itself and the pilot. Not Aunt Janine that's flying for the first time in her life. What is she going to do in case of an emergency? I did everything you guys told me to. I tried to have a safe flight, but I just couldn't. The turbulence was awful. I'm sorry I disappointed you guys. I did not have a safe flight. It's all my fault. I've told 100 people to have a safe flight. And you know what they tell me back? Thank you. It's a nice thing to say. I'm not going to somebody text me, hey, Michael, have a safe flight. I'd be like, how the fuck am I supposed to do that, huh? Drive it? I don't even know where to start. Jump up and down in it? That'd be not having a safe flight. Ask the pilot if he's sure he knows what he's doing, how many hours he's got under his belt. I just want to make sure I have a safe flight. I promised my buddy that I'd have a safe flight. You know it gets a little overused, right? It's like bickering about stuff, but I'm really not because I'm just trying to make I don't have to explain myself to you, all four of you. It's none of your business. Why you? Yeah. Have a safe flight. Everybody should tell me to have a safe lunch or dinner. Like, yeah, because yesterday it got fucking crazy. So maybe today try to have a safe flight. You know what? Or if you're going to lift weights, well, have a safe workout at least. Oh, yeah, I could probably do that so I don't get too out of control. There's things I have control over being safe. Be safe at work. Absolutely. I juggle chainsaws. Maybe don't juggle chainsaws. Okay, I won't do it today. I'll be safe for again and again. Have a safe day at work. That's something I can control. Not being a goddamn T-bird flying F-550s and Boeing 747s and be like, Mike, don't forget, have a safe flight. Okay. Like have a safe flight, don't drink too much. No guarantees. I can have a safe flight that way. Is there a cricket in here? Last one. Oh, we're going to keep this dog under an hour. I'll tell you what, no problem. I think it's perfect, right? Nobody wants to listen to this for more than 15 seconds. But I don't think, this sucks. Well, at least we're getting this one out of the way. I don't know what it means. And I think it's something that can mean a lot of different things, but I think they started it. Number 83, keep calm and chive on. Actually, the greatest part ever of stuff. Keep calm and chive on. Who's ever said? And then they came up with a bunch of keep calm and have a safe flight, and they just kept putting like keep calm and drink beer. Stupid, really dumb. Now you know that's dumb. All right, I'm not. Keep calm and chive. And it's what is it a St. Patrick's Day thing? Is that what it is? Keep calm and chive on is brought to you by the gas chamber. All right? Don't get left in the dust. It's not good, is it? I have another commercial, but I think I'm going to save it for next week. Yeah, it's a Rocky Balboa impression, by the way. Spoiler alert. I'm sorry. I can't dive into keep calm and chive on. I don't have a clue what it means. It's a stupid saying. I don't think people even say it. I think it was just for a shirt. It'll probably get ranked like 110th just to get rid of it out of the gates. This is our first show, all right? It's over. I got nothing else written down. I got to hit the space bar to end the show. I think I'll leave you with the music. I don't know what we're feeling about the music. It's the same from the original show. Jay-Z, he's the one that did that. There'll be more shows, I hope. Maybe a listen or two. Hope the family likes it. Hope everybody likes it. It's dirty. But, yeah. It's going to be fun. Oh, yeah. One last thought. I'm watching I'm watching the Dahmer thing on Netflix. I've gotten through a couple episodes so far, and I have to say it's pretty tasteless.
Crackin' Natties. Crackin' Natties.